Alohi Gilman, Notre Dame. I'm from Hawaii, a 2020 NFL draft prospect, and I play safety. Notre Dame was a great experience. Super unique opportunity that was given to me. Just being able to play in front of so much fans, and stadium was always packed, as well as just the atmosphere and the history behind playing at Notre Dame Stadium. There were so much people that I met throughout my career there that was amazing. And so overall, it was just a very unique experience and very special to me. My favorite game playing at Notre Dame was against Michigan, 2018. Because my first year there, I had to redshirt. Night game, 7 o'clock, prime time, college game day, the whole deal. It was a very special game for me, just being able to play after sitting out a year. I had a pretty good game as well, and I had my family in the stands as well. So it was a pretty cool experience, and I had a lot of fun playing, and something that I'll remember for a lifetime. What it meant for me to be a captain this past season, it was pretty special. Especially being nominated by my teammates, which was an awesome thing, and that meant the world to me, just because I was able to be nominated by the guys that I go to work with every day, and guys who respect and love me. So it was a thing that took pride in, and I enjoyed that whole experience and being able to lead my guys and be a leader for the team and an example, and being able to touch so much guys on the team. The hashtag GILLAKILLA actually comes from it's actually a family thing. People think that I came up with it, but it was actually started since my older sisters used it when they played sports. My oldest sister played college soccer, so it's kind of like a family thing that we have with ourselves. My last name is Gilman, so we kind of have this thing called the GILLAKILLAs, where we, any type of sport or competition is kind of something where it kind of brings out that killer instinct inside of us. So we kind of nicknamed it the GILLAKILLAs, and it's something that I use. It's kind of a switch that I have on the field, but off the field, I'm pretty relaxed, pretty chill guy. So it's just kind of our alter ego. For the draft, I've been getting ready in a bunch of different ways. Obviously, training. I was training in Dallas, Texas, at Exos, which had a great staff and training staff there. But obviously, with the whole coronavirus, I'm just at home now in Hawaii, training with my brother, who will be going to Stanford next fall to play football, and training with my dad as well, who's a DB coach here. So, just training at home, enjoying my time with my family, as well as getting better on the field. Yeah, I mean, it's played a huge role. Having family members who've kind of grew me in this game and helped me to so much to learn about playing football, and the work ethic and the sacrifice needed to play this game. So it means a lot for it to come full circle. I'm back again here at home, training with my family as well, again, and ready to go and take this next chapter of my life. It's actually, those are actually some things I am, but that's actually my dad's thing. He runs this thing back at home called DB Tech Academy, which a lot of kids from back home, high school, even college guys come back and train with him. He's a big DB guy. Obviously, I play DB, I play safety, so he's taught me everything. All these things on the board are the stuff that he's taught me since I was young. So shout out to him. Most of my success has been from the teachings of him. So this is actually a front view of what goes on in our household, of him teaching and explaining and new things for us to better our game and our craft. My combine experience was definitely, it was a long experience. There's a lot of things you got to do, from medicals to interviews to testing, and then obviously the workout. There's a lot of different things that plays into that role in the combine. But overall, it was a fun experience. You got to enjoy it as a once in a lifetime experience. So you just got to. I took it day by day and just try to embrace every opportunity. And overall, it was a experience to remember. So that whole experience of going and picking up the trash after the combine, it was honestly a pretty natural reaction for me. I was raised by great parents and a great community here in Hawaii, and that's kind of the way we're raised to do things. So that was pretty natural thing for me. I really didn't think about it too much while I was doing it, but until after people started posting it or whatnot. But that's something that I was raised to do. That's who I am. That's what my family is. That's where my community is. I live in a small town on Oahu called Laie, and that's how we raise our people. So, shout out to them and shout out to my parents for raising me the right way. Our pro day did get canceled. I didn't do anything in terms of like holding my own pro day or doing anything that way. Just been doing the regular routine, answering phone calls, interviews, virtual online interviews with coaches and whatnot. So, I think and the work in terms of physically showing people is pretty much done. So now it's just continuing to show everyone who I am as a person and what I know, my football intelligence, and we'll see how it plays out in the draft. So my family's a water family, so we're in the water a lot. I learned how to surf at a very young age, so besides workouts and training, we're in the water as much as we can. So we're surfing, we're hopping in the water. That's what we like to do, and brings us peace, and we enjoy it. So that's what I've been up to. A role model for me would be obviously would be my dad. Kind of just share the front view of the work that he does here. So besides that, on the field stuff, he's groomed me to be the best player that I can be. Off the field, just the person he is and the sacrifice that he made for me and my family uh, is amazing, and something that I want to be able to do when I grow up. So that's one thing, and those two things itself are just shows what type of person he is and the type of father that I would like to be when I grow up. Being able to serve and give back, I've done a few things here and there. For me as a person, I don't want to be known as Alohi Gilman, the football player. This is much bigger than football. Although I love football, it's a passion of mine. Being able to serve the people around me, and the place where I've been in places where I hasn't had a lot. So just being able to serve and give back to the people around me, that's more important than football or a game or getting money. So that's who I am, and that's what I want to do. Continuing in my career, that's something I'll continue to do. Alohi Gilman's style of play. Just a guy who's very physical, first and foremost. That's just kind of a natural thing. But a guy who can play all positions on the field. Very versatile. Has high instincts and high football IQ. Rare instincts, rare football IQ, and a guy that can change the game. So I feel like I'm a guy who prides myself in those things and has a knack for the ball, and someone that will change the game when he gets the chance. So I'm a big Tyrann Matthews fan. I've obviously a lot of people have looked up to him, but I've kind of modeled my game after some of the things that he's done, especially the versatility part and the instincts and just the knack that he has for the ball. So that's one guy who I look up to. Notre Dame football will be great with or without me. I think they're in a great stance right now. I think I left my mark in terms of what I brought to the table and helping to groom and teach the young guys there. And now they're taking the horns and ready to go. But we got a big time quarterback there, Ian Book. Shout out to Ian, and some great players there that'll do some good work out there. So I'm hoping for the best for them. I'm now a forever diehard Irish fan and not player. So now I'm rooting for the best for them. The guys from Hawaii who've been able to get this opportunity to play in the NFL. There's no one who really gave me a specific inspiration, but I do have a lot of friends and people that I've talked to, close friends. Manti Te'o, he's a guy who's actually from my hometown, lives right down the street. A guy who's been a mentor of mine since I've been at Notre Dame, and a guy I've grown up with him down the street. So he's a guy. Aaron Francisco is also a guy that went to my high school. He played for NFL for the Cardinals and the Colts. So those are two guys that that I've been in touch with. For me, Alohi Gilman, what I want NFL fans to know about me, just a guy who's very passionate about playing football, who loves playing football, but someone who's more than a football player, a guy that's carries himself with pride of service and sharing with others, and who wants to impact the world outside of football as well. So that's kind of who I am, and hopefully the fans can embrace me as my career goes on.